Alright, so I'm back, and today we're taking a look at the awkwardly large Fort Max figure. As you can see here, he is in one of his, I think this is his battle station mode, which is basically him just laying down on his stomach. And yeah, I mean, it looks like the G1 version. I can't sit here and argue that it doesn't. I think it's supposed to have lights that sounds, but I don't think it has batteries, so there you go. And yeah, here is the little headmaster. Arms are on ball joints, but they basically just go up and down. Head is on a ball joint, left, right, a little up, a little down. Legs hinge at the hips and at the knees. And yeah, that's really it. And then to transform him, you just fold him over. And there he is in his head mode, which looks pretty cool. Again, I like most of these headmasters. The Scourge was a little weak. The Galvatron was definitely weak. But the rest of them are pretty top notch. Sorry. Gotta have me a Mountain Dew. Okay. So, in this mode, it doesn't really do anything. It just kind of looks like Fort Max. These are supposed to peg together. Anyway, you can just see from the front. I couldn't get these to lock in. I didn't really want to force it, the feet plates here, because you know it's not going to be my toy, so I don't want to damage it or anything. And yeah, you know, cannons can go up and down. They get little ports here and here for the headmasters. So there's 4 here, some on the thighs. You can't see what I'm pointing at, but here and here and here and here. Got one here, here. I mean, they're all over the place. But yeah, that's really that mode in a nutshell. And then transform it to his base mode. Basically, you just rotate it over like this. I think it just goes straight out. Like that. Right? We'll grab the box. Yep, that's exactly how it goes. So again, you know, it's one of those, it's like, it's there. It's definitely a thing. He's definitely a heavy retool of the Metroplex. I don't have the Metroplex to show it off against, nor would I have the space to put the two next to each other, because these things are huge. So, yeah, that's really all there is to this mode. To give you kind of a scale idea, here he's next to the new Legends wheelie. So you can put wheelie like in here. And here he is with a Seeker. And I think that looks great. Definitely does. If you're going for a battle station that big, this thing looks great. And yeah, so here is Cerebros out here, and then transform him from this mode. You want the feet up like this when you slide it in there. I had the feet out, and it wasn't working, and I was like, why isn't this working? And that's why. And to transform him into bot mode, you just fold the arms over. You can see the speaker here. Again, I can't seem to get it to activate, but I think that's because I don't have batteries or something. Feet fold down, heel spurs fold down. There you go. And then you can take the headmaster, and he just plugs in there. And there's the button, I guess. Head swivels left to right. It's got a little bit of a ball joint, so it's got a little bit of a wiggle in there. Well, it's pretty good wiggle. Shoulders up and down, in and out. Ball joints for the elbows. Nothing at the waist due to transformation. Hips fold up, back, out, thigh swivel. He's got this bend here for more transformation. Bends at the knee, and then the foot, because of transformation, has a little bit of a tilt forward and a little bit of tilt back, depending on how you want to do it. And yeah, that's him in a nutshell. I thought this review was going to take me all night, so I almost didn't do it tonight. But yeah, it's actually pretty simple. So fold these back in, and then you want to take the feet, fold them up. This will rotate down. There's a slot here that'll plug into here. And please note, this is a very large figure, so I'm doing this at arm length, so I can't see the camera the same time I'm doing the transformations, so I hope it's all on screen. Fold out the antenna here, and then this piece here will fold up, and there is the Fortress Maximus head. Yeah, pretty good. Not as big as the Warden figure, I can tell you that. I had Warden. I just shipped him out this morning. So I can't compare them, but I can tell you it's not as big as Warden's bigger than this. So yeah, we'll set this off to the side, and we'll get him into robot mode, which is incredibly simple. The transformation on this guy it's so simple. So you fold the guns back down. You want to take the feet, and these fold up and clip together like that. Just like that. Rotate the legs down. So you're kind of back in that mode. Split the tower like this, and those will fold behind him. And then these fold up. These do not really lock into place from what I've seen. They just kind of sit there. Well, we got it here. This piece here can fold back. Just like that. That came off. Joy. Stand them up. We want to slide the legs out. Like that. Like that. Tilt the camera up. Rotate the arms down. Fold the fist forward. And yeah, that's Fortress Maximus there. Camera all the way up. Like I said, very simple. Oh, I forgot one thing. When you're in base mode, you can fold this out. And this has a little seat for the target masters. It retains the hinge for Metroplex, so you could take this arm out and fold it around if you wanted to in one of the modes. You can, whatever. Again, it is what it is. Like I said, it's a heavy retool. Almost looks like this should be the front piece. Maybe they installed it incorrectly. Let's see here. Nope. Nope, that is correct. It just looks like it should be the other way around. Now you can take the head here, and it just plugs into the top. Just like that. And there is Fortress Maximus in bot mode. Simple transformation. I'm sure I did something wrong though. That's been the trend of the last couple weeks. Even with the Blitzwing, I was so proud of myself, and yet I did something wrong. The head does swivel. It's on a really tight joint. and you have to put a lot of pressure on bits of the head that aren't really locked in very well. So definitely get it into the position you want it to be in and then leave it there. Shoulders rotate up and down. This is on its own hinge. It's not strong enough to hold up its own weight, so there's that. They ratchet out. They ratchet just fine. It feels a little loose, but I'm not going to complain because it doesn't seem to flop around. Bicep swivel above the elbow. Nice bend at the elbow. Does this move at all? No. Hand swivels. Hinges in and out. Thumb swivels. Finger swivel. And that's it for the arms. Waist ratchets around. No problem there. Hips. Ratchet up. I'm glad they fixed that bit. Out. Alright, holds that one. Thigh swivel. Bends at the knee. And nothing at the foot. Now, because he retains much of the tooling of Metroplex, you can open up the legs to do the base mode with those spread if you want to. And, you know, I'm really glad that they left these hollow, to be honest. I know people, you know, in this day and age, it's like hollow figures. Ugh, everyone hates them. But at the same time, it's like I can't imagine how bad the joints would be if these were solid plastic. I mean, those things would just be atrocious. And then, let's see. Yeah, it still flops down. So, no fix there on this one. So, let's do some size comparisons, shall we? I have to angle it down so that you can see the size comparison. Here's with the Legends figure. Here he is with Seeker. And here he is with Classics Prime. Here he is with the MP10 mold and an MP car. And just because I have him sitting over here, here's with Toy World's Fort Max. So yeah, all in all, for $150, I'd say it's a good deal. Not astounding. I mean, this review's only been 13 minutes long. I mean, there's really nothing else to go over with them, though. You know, we did the base mode. We did the other base mode. And here we are with bot mode. We've done posability. I mean, I guess I could have taken a little bit more time playing around with base mode. And showing off every single peg that you can plug a headmaster to. But, I mean, honestly, why? I mean, it's fun. It would be a fun playset. I definitely would give it that. I am noticing, though, let me try and zoom in here. Right here, that big gap right in the middle of the chest definitely looks like there should be an Autobot logo right there. Don't you think? But there's not. Which makes me wonder, is there sticker sheets in here? Did I miss sticker sheets? Oh, yep, okay. Scratch that. Sticker sheets. I will not be applying the sticker sheets. I'll let whoever wins it apply the sticker sheets. But yeah, there is a sticker sheet, so okay, there you go. Scratch that entirely. So, for me, For my personal collection, I'm going to stick with the Toy World one. I really like the Toy World one. I think it has a better base mode. I think it has a better city mode. More like a command station for the headmasters. For me. That's just me. Everyone has their own preferences and nobody's wrong. Just remember that. I just like the Toy World one. I think it's a better toy. Better figure. Better action figure. Than he is. I'm not saying that he's bad. He's a great playset. Is the best thing I can describe it. Although the city mode's not even as convincing as Metroplex's. It's good. It's not great. But then again, Fortress Maximus's base modes were never great. It was always him just laying down. That's all he ever was. But yeah, I do like the fact that his head's a bit better proportioned than the G1. Definitely will give it that, because the G1's head was a little large for the figure. And it's still a double headmaster, so that's cool. And the fact that the little headmaster can double as a headmaster for somebody else if you wanted to. That's cool. He's big. And here's where... This is one of those ones where I see from other people's point of view better than mine. Because I personally like I said, I like the Toy World one better. That's for me. Not for everybody, but that one is for me. But, in all honesty, he's $40 more than he is, the little guy. And I can definitely tell you that price-wise, he's not worth $115. The little guy should be a lot cheaper. This guy is a great value for $150. I really like him. I think he's great. But, again, like I said, not for me. So I could honestly say I'd recommend him. He's got a lot of retooling to him from the Metroplex. You can combine the base mode with the other leader class figures like the Power Master Prime and Blaster. I was in a rush, so I didn't want to transform those guys into base modes. But like I said, I can honestly say it's a good figure for the value if you're looking for something like this. I would say, it depends on your scale. It really depends on your scale. For me, I like my Fort Max a little bit bigger than Prime. That's me. I can't sit here and say that's for everybody. So that's your guys' call, not mine. So if you like your Fort Max huge, then yes, he's great. But as far as I know, in the little bit of canon that he was in, he's not supposed to be as big as Metroplex and Triptychon. So, but it's hard to say because Scorponok and Fortress Maximus were in the cartoons for such a brief moment in the American cartoons. Anyway, in the comic books, they're a big deal, but Fortress Maximus would be more like in his scale in comparison to Classics Prime. In the cartoon, this thing's still too small in comparison to Classics Prime. Because they had the entire Autobot, or a small Autobot, army inside of it. All the Autobot headmasters were able to fit inside. And there's no way that's going to happen with Deluxe figures and Voyager figures. So, for me, my thought process is if you have... It depends on your collection. I'm sorry, I keep rambling and going back to your collection and your preferences, but it really does, because it's a hard character to sit here and talk about scale with, because there's 3 different fictions for him, and all 3 different fictions depict him as slightly different sizes. Or in the comic case, drastically different. And then by the time they got to G2, majorly different, because he was no longer a double headmaster, he's only a single headmaster. So it's like, where do you want to put something like that? Same with like Omega Supreme. It's like when he first came out, he was huge. This would be Omega Supreme scale in comparison to Classics Prime, and then by the end of the comic book run, he was about the Toy World size and being killed by Buzzsaw. But that's a different story. So yeah, like I said, kind of depends on your personal preferences. I don't know what else to say. I'll give him a 8 out of 10 is where I would rate him. You know, I know Make Toys is going to make one, or at least that's what they say. But as long as it took them to get Scorponok out, I wouldn't hold my breath on something like that happening really soon. Instead, it's, you know, get what you can while you can. The Generations Metroplex might be your best option for the big guys, and then I don't know. I'm done rambling. Let's give this figure away, shall we? Let's see here. All right, got the bucket. And we've got the tickets. So let's get this going. All right, David A has 2 tickets. Matt B has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tickets. And to go back into what I was saying with the Blitzwing, yeah, you know, it's by all means, it is unfair that for me to ban somebody for having good luck. So he put the money in. I'm not going to ban Matt. I can't do that to him or anybody. If you want to put in that kind of money, by all means, go ahead. I've seen it go either way. I've seen people win tickets or win a contest on one ticket, and I've seen other contests go, you know, lose, you know, after they bought like 10, 15 tickets. So it could go either way. Kevin H has 2 tickets. Jordan O has 1, 2, 3 tickets. I always hope Kevin wins because he lives down. he lives not too far from me, so I could just drive it to his house, or meet up with him. Eddie R has 1 ticket. Daniel M has 2 tickets. Ryan L has 1 ticket. Raphael O has 1 ticket. Todd M has 2 tickets. Hull C has 1, 2, 3 tickets. Jose F has 1, 2, 3 tickets. Piotr S has 1 ticket. Corey J has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tickets. All right. And we shake it up. And the winner of the Titans Return Fortress Maximus is Ryan L. Ryan L. So hit me up, Ryan, when you can, and I will get this guy boxed up and sent out to you. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. I like the figure. It's not. It's not my Fortress Maximus, but I think it's a good figure. I can't sit here and say it's a bad figure. It's got its issues, you know, loose joints and stuff like that. But you put it in base mode, he's going to look great. Or decent. You put him in bot mode and let him sit there, and then he'll look great. I mean, just looks great. Now, one thing I will mention, I have to mention, and this is something a friend of mine wanted me to mention, is the lack of weaponry. Aside from his knee guns, this guy's got no weapons. And that is an issue. No sword. And I know not all, especially the G1 cartoon, they didn't have the swords. But no guns. Nothing. He's got nothing. Metroplex had guns. He had the shoulder cannon and a gun, and then depending on the version you got 1 or 2 guns. And yeah, no guns. Disappointing. Very disappointing. I think the figure overall is still good enough that I won't take a point off for it, but it is something to note. If you're one that loves having weapons in your Transformers hands like me, then yeah, by all means, just remember he's got no guns. Nothing. So that's not cool. And yeah, no weapons at all. Now, with my friend that I was talking to about it, he bought my 6 gun for Metroplex, and because this is the retool of the Metroplex mold, you can have him hold those guns. So if you need weapons for him, and you don't mind having red guns, get the 6 gun. You pick it up. I think Big Bad Toy still has them. I'm sure a lot of places still have them. It wasn't the most popular figure, but if you want to take it apart just for the gun legs, and just use those, more power to you, because that's how you're going to have weapons. I think Perfect Effect is doing a sword for him, so it's like, okay, neat. Not something I'm going to go out of my way for, but yeah. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Titans Return Fort Max. It's a good figure. Not great, but it's good for its price and size. Yeah, gotta say that. Still, I love my little Toy World one.